Hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Splatt. Today is video number 18 in our series of 20 previewing the English Premier League season. Yes, I am aware we're already one round in by this point, but just got to get through these last few teams. So, today's team is West Bromwich Albion, who started this Premier League campaign with a 3-0 win over Liverpool. Good stuff from them. But let's just have a look at how they did last season. So, finishing 10th, a good achievement for West Brom on 47 points, with manager Roy Hodgson doing really good stuff there, in charge of the Baggies, in his first full season in charge, and only because just before the season concluded, he was appointed the England manager. He saw out the rest of the season with West Brom, and then he went off to the Euros with the England national team. So this left West Brom in a bit of a tricky position, trying to find another new manager again. With Hodgson having only come in the early months of 2011 to replace Roberto Di Matteo. They've since elected to go with somebody who hasn't managed in the Premier League before, or indeed in any first team, Steve Clarke, who was most recently assistant manager to Kenny Dalglish at Liverpool. Steve Clarke also has worked at Chelsea in an assistant manager or an assistant coach role. This is his first time he has been in charge of a team managing them, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Certainly he seems to feel that the attacking lineup needs a bit of help, because so far West Brom have signed 3 forwards. They've brought in Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea on loan for the season, and already getting off the mark, Lukaku, so good for him. He's a good, young, powerful striker who they'll be hoping will get plenty of game time and hopefully a few goals as well. They've also signed the forward Yassine El Ghanassi. He is a Belgian player who was signed from Ghent all the way back on the 11th of July. And the third forward they've signed is Marcus Rosenborg, the Swedish striker, joining the club. He is a 29-year-old forward who they'll be hoping can get them a few goals. They also confirmed the permanent signature of Ben Foster, the former Manchester United goalkeeper, signing after spending a year on loan at the Baggies from fellow Midlands club Birmingham City. And the only other signing they've made is for midfielder Claudio Jacob from Argentina. So West Brom's squad now, I'd say, is looking pretty handy. Certainly there's maybe possibly room for another signing, perhaps defensively, but they have got some good defenders in there. Of course, Vice-Captain Jonas Olsen doing relatively well in those defensive roles. Liam Ridgewell also, I think, did quite well last season. So, they've got good players in there. One player I'm quite impressed with is their club captain, Chris Brunt, who I think had a very good season last year and will continue to do so, hopefully, for them. And of course, Shane Long, who was a new forward signing last year, had a good start for them. Sort of didn't keep up that excellent start, but it's very hard to maintain such good form. But I think he's been ultimately quite successful for them. So a good-looking side. And of course, the forward options are quite exciting if you consider they've now got those 3 players that I just mentioned before: Lukaku, Rosenborg, and I've already forgot his name. There we go, El Ghanassi. I have to learn that one. Yassine El Ghanassi, the Belgian. They've also got Shane Long, and they've got Peter Odemwingie. So, they've got excellent forward options, which, if all those players stay, as long as Odemwingie and Long don't go anywhere, I think you're looking at a very exciting little team there, potentially with their attack. However, I don't think West Brom are going to finish in the top half of the table again. I think that they're going to finish 12th. Or around about there. They could possibly finish as high as 10th, maybe even 9th, and indeed, they could finish a little lower than 12th. I don't think they're going to be in danger of relegation. I think this is a good, solid team, and so far 3-0 win over Liverpool, great start for them. It's whether they can keep that up over the next couple of weeks and get a good head of steam at the start of the season, which could prove important for them. I think this is going to be one of those sides that finish top of the bottom half of the table. They're going to be 11th to 12th to 13th, that sort of region. And I think West Brom are going to actually have a good season. I think this is going to be they're going to be a better team to watch this season, with the attacking options they've brought in, with the players that have been there a couple of years now, getting to know each other a bit better. And, you know, I do fancy they might just possibly have a good cup run. If they're doing okay in the league, you know, not looking like they're going to be in relegation trouble, I fancy them for a good cup run, possibly in the FA Cup if the draw's favourable, possibly even in the League Cup. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But certainly things looking rosy for the Baggies. Alright, that is all for today. Tune in probably tomorrow. I think the next one will be when we're talking West Ham. That's right, the Hammers back in the Premier League. We'll be looking at what Sam Allardyce and the boys from London have to offer for the rest of us. So until then, bye-bye.